Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Brajajanarandana Jaya Brajajanarandana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Yamuna Vanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Sri Gaurnitai ki jai, Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, Sri Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Marani ki jai, Sri Sri Lakshmi Nrsimha Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Yugadharma Harinam Sankirtan Yajna ki jai, Vrindadev Tulasi Maharani ki jai, Samvita Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Mam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami iti namane. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Today we'll be discussing from 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 26. The title is King Puranjana goes to the forest to hunt. Verse number 21. Okay, it's not displayed there. Shall I wait? Okay. Okay. It's 21. Okay. Puranjana Uvacha Nunam Tvakruta Punyaste Nunam Tvakruta Punyaste Bhrutya Yeshvishvara Shubhe Bhrutya Yeshvishvara Shubhe Krutaga Swatma Sad Krutva Krutaga Swatma Sad Krutva Siksha Dandam Nayunjate Siksha Dandam Nayunjate Nunam Tvakruta Punyaste Bhrutya Yeshvishvara Shubhe Krutaga Swatma Sad Krutva Siksha Dandam Nayunjate. Puranjana Uvacha Nunam tvakrita punyaste Bhrutya yeshvishvara subhe Krutaga swatmasat krutva Sikshadannam nayunjate Puranjana uvacha Nunam tvakrita punyaste Bhrutya yeshvishvara subhe Krutaga swatmasat krutva Sikshadannam nayunjate Puranjana vacha Nunam dvakrita punyaste Bhrutya yeshvishvara shubhe Krutaga swatmasat krutva Sikshadannam nayunjate. Any Matajis? No. Okay. Puranjana uvacha. Puranjana said, Nunam, certainly, tu, then, akrita punya, those who are not pious, te, such, bhrutya, servants, yeshu, unto whom, ishvaraha, the masters, shubhe, O most auspicious one, kruta agashu, having committed an offense, atmasat, accepting as their own, krutva, doing so, siksha, instructive, dandam, punishment, na yunjate, do not give. Translation. King Puranjana said, My dear beautiful wife, when a master accepts a servant as his own man but doesn't punish him for his offenses, the servant must be considered unfortunate. Please repeat. King Puranjana said, My dear beautiful wife, when a master accepts a servant as his own man but does not punish him for his offenses, the servant must be considered unfortunate. We'll go by purport. Om Ajnanatimrandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. According to Vedic civilization, domestic animals and servants are treated exactly like one's own children. Animals and children are sometimes punished not out of vengeance but out of love. Similarly, a master sometimes punishes his servant not out of vengeance but out of love to correct him and bring him to the right point. So here Srila Prabhupada is explaining the duties of master, certain things. Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. This world is designed, definitely, no doubt about it, designed for certain things. And one of the design is to give a facility to dominate others. It's a facility. It's a facility given because as who will be in this world? Those who wanted to dominate God, they will be in this world. Everyone wants to dominate God. Using God, they want to dominate God in this material world, or whoever in the materialistic mentality, whoever they are in, they want to dominate. Now that dominant tendency, a tendency to dominate, will be fulfilled. Will be fulfilled. So in this material world, it is fulfilled. How? Like parents have dominance over children. And in some cultures, husband have dominance over wives. But in some other cultures, opposite, of course. Wife dominates husband. Wife dominates husband. And similarly, a teacher dominates student, right? And a doctor dominates patient. A strong person dominates a weak. So it is designed. No one can avoid it. Sometimes people very strongly criticize the Vedic system, saying that, hey, Brahmanas are dominating the other class of the people. And some higher caste people are dominating lower caste people. And then they want to eliminate that facility to dominate. But it cannot be eliminated in material world. If that dominance is eliminated, then the dominance will come in another form. In a more invisible form it will come. In a more invisible form. Like we may think that we are not dominated by anyone, but we are dominated by some people. So, Vedic system is an organized way to dominate others. If it is not an organized way, then it takes like a terrorism. Terrorism also is a way to dominate others by brute force. By brute force. Right? They try to dominate by threatening, by bombing, by whatever the things that they do. Now, what is a Vedic system then? What is the difference then? In both sides the dominance is there, then what is the difference? The difference is, in Vedic system, along with dominance, they will be given certain duties and they must execute those duties. And in Vedic system, they will be given the understanding that why the dominance is given. The dominance is given to protect. That's the point here Srila Prabhupada is saying. The dominance is given to protect. Because certain sections, the weaker sections will always need the protection. Because they may not be able to think in a comprehensive way, and financially or physically in many ways. So they need protection. But if the leader will, instead of protecting them, if the leader tries to exploit them, then the punishments also are pronounced for the leader. It's not that leader is beyond punishments. The laws of nature in the form of karma definitely punish everyone. No one is excluded from the punishment of laws of nature, and that nature is under the direct control of Krishna. So so one should be aware of, Bhagavatam encourages everyone to become leaders, by the way. Bhagavatam encourages. But that leadership must be subservient to the proper understanding. The understanding is, if a leader exploits the subordinates, then the punishments will be manifold. Then the normal person does the same mistake. If a normal person does the same mistake. For example, during the Draupadi's incident, all stalwarts of Kuru's dynasty were silent. Silent. They're not speaking, at least stop. They did not even say that. Stop insulting Draupadi. They did not even say that. And they are more worried about the technicality. Technicality means this here, the servant can be punished sometimes by the master. That's a technicality. So Draupadi was a servant according to the incident, because Yudhishthira staked her in the gambling match. So Draupadi was a servant, but everyone was trying to find out, is it legal or not to insult. That's, they are more worried about it, rather than seeing on in a common humanity platform, or a woman should not be disrespected at any cost. See, when Rama was trying to, when he had to kill Tataki, he didn't kill immediately. He was hesitating to kill. And who was Tataki? Tataki was a cannibal. Cannibal means one who eats humans. Still Rama was thinking, to kill or not to kill. That hesitation means that much level of respect the woman is offered. That much level. So they were very much worried about the technicality. They didn't say anything. And then Vidura says that in any sabha of the king, if the king did not provide an answer to a question, or if the king gives a wrong answer, and the king will be punished for 1,000 years. And all related persons also who assumed the different posts or portfolios in the Sabha of the king, they will also be punished. So you can't be silent. If you don't answer, you will be punished. If you give wrong answer, you will be punished. And the punishment is the punishment is that 1,000 years they will be tightly wrapped up by the ropes without moving. By 1,000 ropes, and every year one rope is removed. That will be the punishment. He said that. He said openly to Dhritarashtra, to Bhishma, to Drona, everyone. So you are all assume the leadership positions, but now when someone is in difficult situation, you are not solving their problem. You are not solving their problem. So the leader must solve the problems. That's the point. And the leader cannot exploit the public or subordinates, anyone. So then, now let's come to the other point. Then why is some people exploit like that? If leader doesn't have that power, then there's no problem. Some people may think like that. No, problems will come in different directions. Problems will come in different directions. Problems are very, very tricky. Very, very tricky. If you avoid problem at one level, you will get a problem on a different level. Just like the statistics say that Um, any introduction of any electronic gadget in house, it puts on 7 kg of weight of every person in the family, or in a generic way, if you want to speak. So one gadget means you'll put on 7 kg more weight than the necessary. But what are gadgets? Gadgets will give us a lot of comfort, and it clears a lot of our physical hardship, right? And we solve the problem on a physical level. But the problem entered on a different platform, different level, that is on mental level. Now everyone is in individual mobile phones, and whatever the mobile phones have to give the mental tensions and tortures, they will enter, and after that the people will fight each other. Everywhere they used to work together. Now there is nothing to work together, so they have to fight together. They have to fight together. So the problems are shifted. They moved from one plane to another plane. And earlier, there was some shortage of food, somehow or the other. Some shortage of food. But now there is no shortage of food. There is abundant food. But food is not fit to eat. Or if anyone eats that food, then they will get more sick. They'll get more sick. Nowadays, if anyone eats fruits, they will become more sick. Ideally, fruits are, very much energetic and full with all vitamins, everything. But now fruits are more dangerous than, not eating fruits. Not eating fruits. And they are using all kind of artificial ripeners, and they are changing the genetic structures, and they are changing the size, they are changing the taste, they are changing the look. If a white fruit, no, I don't like. I want red fruit. The same fruit. So the scientists are worrying. They did a lot of work and then produced a red color fruit. And who knows, Baba, the compatibility of all these, molecular level compatibility of the fruits, the modified fruits, with our digestive system. A little bit change, our digestive system cannot adjust or may not fit, and may create a lot of trouble. So these are the certain things that a leader should never exploit, and leader must be responsible, and the facility to dominate is given to rectify the mentality. When we come to the rectification, what is it to correct? To correct them from doing the wrong things. Then the doing the wrong things, then life will be spoiled. That's the basic idea. Every time, see, after growing up to a certain level, then they start taking their own decisions. Every individual. Now, if the right understanding how to take decisions, and based on what knowledge we have to take decisions, based on what parameters we have to choose something, if we are not educated, then our future life will become dark. So right from the beginning, the education must be given by correcting. My dear son or daughter, if you take decision, these are the consequences. If you take that decision, those are the consequences. If you don't take any decision, there will be consequences. So be prepared. Soon you are going to take decisions on your own way, yourself. So be prepared. So this is the education. Now sometimes some people are very adamant. They don't accept the proper decisions. Then for such people, punishments are there. When they committed mistakes, then punishments are there. Then what is the idea behind punishment? Behind that punishment is they should not cause any problem to others. by rectifying their mentality. That's the idea. That's the idea. So now let's move forward. Thus, King Puranjana took his punishment dealt by his wife, the queen, as mercy upon him. He considered himself the most obedient servant of the queen. She was angry at him for his sinful activities, namely hunting in the forest and leaving her at home. King Puranjana accepted the punishment as actual love and affection from his wife. In the same way, when a person is punished by the laws of nature, by the will of God, he should not be disturbed. So, when such leader who understood the intricacies of punishment and enforced the punishment out of love, then the receiver of the punishment should receive that punishment happily. That's the indication of Srila Prabhupada. Then what happens? Then the rectification will happen. Then the people will not involve in the same kind of wrongdoings again. They will not involve. A real devotee thinks in this way. When a devotee is put into an awkward position, he takes it as the mercy of the Supreme Lord. So, this is the 4th canto, but in 6th canto, Parikshit Maharaj asks a question. He asks that, at the end of the 5th canto, there were description of various hellish planets was given in Srimad Bhagavatam. And what kind of mistake and what kind of punishments. And punishments are very, very horrible punishments. Very horrible. And it's not easy to bear them. It's not easy to bear them. And Parikshit Maharaj was a very saint. He is a very great saint, saintly Vaishnava. He is a very saint. And he was worried about the people. The important aspect of his worry, which I liked very much I liked, is, see, usually in this world, everyone waits the people who are committing mistakes. They wait the other people to commit mistakes and then catch them and then saying them and bombard them, hey, you did this mistake, you did that mistake, you are like this, you are like that. And Parikshit Maharaj is not approving that behavior. Why you have to wait till the people commit sins? Is there any way to stop them or educate them upfront? That's a better than, till waiting that point, right? And, the sad story is the judiciary system is like that only. Is there any judicial, whoever in an authority position have initiated a program that these are the things a citizen should be avoided. These are the mistakes for which you will be punished. Is there any text in any class, on any level? Is there anything that is initiated by judiciary system? No. At least I didn't remember that I studied in my college days or school days or engineering days. There's nothing like that. Why? Why that's not introduced? Because they are waiting people to commit mistakes and then or commit wrongs and then they'll be captured and then they'll be given punishment. Then they have some work to do. The leaders in judicial system. Then why are they not then educating the people? If you steal, this is the punishment. Why? And That's a wrong in the system. So Parikshit Maharaj is saying that it doesn't work out like that, my dear Brahmana. Please say something more which works in society in a practical way, which works. And also he says that the punishments also will not sometimes may not cure the criminal mentality, because we have seen many criminals, they did some crimes and they are punished, and then after coming out again they do the same punishments, same wrongs. So they didn't learn anything. So please say something. Is there any way to protect the people? This is a real saint. This is a real saint. Much upfront than even we thought about it. And many years later, we will feel that, ah, we are protected 15 years ago or 20 years ago or many years ago. So that should be the living system. And that's the system is what Srila Prabhupada talking about. The leader must be capable of avoiding our future problems, like our 10 years ago, after that, what problems our leaders must avoid them, and 20 years our leaders must avoid them. Current problems anyway they should try to solve them, no doubt about it, but even in future problems also. That's the leadership quality. But then, as the followers, we also should have certain things to accept that. Number one, obedience. We have to practice that obedience and humility. And part of the humility is to understand that the punishments or sayings or correcting, if our superior corrects that, then it is for our benefit. It's not a blindly thinking that, oh, they are correcting me for my benefit. No, I am supposed to accept whatever I received, so let me accept. No, this is a blind following. Blind following is condemned. Just like how if leader exploits, it is condemned. Similarly, if a follower follows blindly, it is condemned. It is condemned, because by blind following, he cannot solve his problems. There is one nice story. Maybe some of you knew the story, but Narada Muni have all kinds of students, and any student of Narada Muni becomes a very saintly person. And Narada Muni had, other than humans, also have followers. And one follower is a snake. It happened to be a snake. Somehow, the snake got attracted to Narada Muni, and Narada Muni became very compassionate. By some past misdeeds, past misactions, you took this poisonous emitting body, snake body. So be kind. Don't bite people and kill them. Just like how your life is important, their life also is important for them. Don't bite. And the snake agreed. Okay, I don't bite. Agreed. And Narada Muni became very happy. Okay, now you're becoming nice person, and next life you will definitely get a good body. And Narada Muni left. And saintly person revisit, right? Time to time. So Narada Muni again revisited the place after maybe a few months. And he wanted to see how the snake is doing, his snake disciple. And to his surprise, the snake lied down on floor without any energy and bleeding. And then he was worried and he asked, what happened to you? And the snake said that, my dear master, I followed whatever you said. I stopped biting people. Now people took that as an advantage and started beating me, thinking I'm a harmless. So this was a situation because what you said I followed. And Narada Muni chastised very severely. You are a foolish snake. You are a foolish snake. Don't you know that whatever a saintly person gives, that is best for everyone? Then why you followed foolishly? I said not to bite, but I didn't say that not to hiss. I didn't take out your protective faculty. I didn't remove your protective faculty. Every living being is given defensive system, and that is very much required. I didn't take it out. You foolishly practiced whatever I said. Try to understand in a full picture, then follow it. So, so the point is, whatever blind following. So blind following is harmful. Blind following. Consultation is required. Consultation. By whom, from whom we are following, the consultation is required. So now, let's continue. How to accept. Lord Brahma has given in 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Tattenukampam susamikshmano bhunjana evatmakrutam vipakam hrudvagvapurbhir vidadhan namaste jivetayo muktipade sadaya bhak. This verse states that the devotee accepts a reversal of his position in life as a benediction by the Lord, and consequently offers the Lord more obeisances and prayers, thinking that the punishment is due to his past misdeeds and that the Lord is punishing him very mildly. The punishment awarded by the state or by God for one's own faults is actually for one's benefit. In the Manu Samhita, it is said that the king should be considered merciful when he condemns a murderer to death, because a murderer punished in this life becomes freed from his sinful activity, and in the next life takes birth cleared of all sins. If one acts of punishment as a reward dealt by the master, he becomes intelligent enough not to commit the same mistake again. So here the reason to tolerate is, number one, not to commit the mistakes again, and number two, to gain more intelligence. Intelligence will come. Generally, see, the materialistic way of presentation is, if anyone is humble, then he will be exploited. But no one can exploit a humble person. It's not possible, because humility is the symptom of knowledge. Humility is not a symptom of ignorance. Humility means understanding our low position. Naturally, to say, not lower than what we are. Naturally. So humility develops the intelligence. See whose property we are. They are Lord Krishna's property, right? Can anyone exploit Lord Krishna's property? Is it possible to exploit Lord Krishna's property? It's not possible. It's not possible. But if we are exploited, means we are in ignorance. That is why we are giving chance to others to be cheated. We are giving chance to others to be exploited. We are giving different chances. It's out of ignorance. And similarly, when we become obedient, then we will become intelligent, definitely. How it works? It works. Like, to cure our disease, we don't have to know how medicine works inside our body. We have to trust the doctor, we have to trust the manufacturer of the medicine, and then we have to take. And it works. Right? No, no, if I know working, then only I will take the medicine. Sorry, then you have to spend years together to understand how medicine works. Right? So similarly, these qualities, if we follow obedience in a true way, then Lord Krishna will bestow us the necessary intelligence to protect ourselves. Just like how Draupadi got that intelligent question. On the spot she got immediately. First ask that Yudhishthir. First he was defeated and then he put me in this as a stake in the match, or first he put me and then he was defeated. So this is a question. No one is able to answer to that. No one is able to answer. And how? Then Krishna gives that defensive system to protect. Krishna gives. So now, from the point of tolerance or from the point of bearing the reversals, everyone get some negatives or negative incidents in our life. But then some people try to react them by doing some other negatives. So then that cannot solve. One is a famous saying in English. Two wrongs cannot make or cannot become a right one. Two wrongs. We must do at least one right to make anything is right. So if someone say did some problem, created some problem to us, and then the solution is not to create a problem to that person. That's not the solution. If anyone, sometimes people take that as a solution and then they will end up in karmic reactions, because when whether others created a problem to us or not, if we create problem to others, we will be bound by karmic reaction again. So without understanding why the other person became successful in creating problem in my life, the reason is because I am, because of my past bad karma became activated. So the other person became successful in creating problems to me. Now if I create problem to the other person or anyone, then the future reaction is stored in my action. So in future again I will receive. I have to receive the reaction. So this way of, so with this understanding, one can stop and then one can stop reacting on a karmic way and then try to accept the reversals in one's life. And that gives lot of solace, lot of solace. And then devotees, there are many devotees who accepted the reversals as Lord's grace. Many, many devotees. So Parikshit Maharaj was cursed to die in 7 days. On 7th day, he will be died. And that curse was given by a Brahmana boy. And Parikshit immediately accepted the curse. Immediately accepted. Okay, what is that I should do now? Fully eating, sleeping and enjoying the life 7 days, because after that I don't know what will happen. He didn't do that. He immediately started remembering Krishna. Immediately. Of course, he always remembers Krishna, but at that time, more intensified remembrance. And then he prayed to Lord, my Lord, yes, I did a mistake and because of that, I got a consequence. Now, whatever happens, that let it happen, that punishment. But I want to remember you. I want to serve you. I want to take birth as a devotee in next life, so that I will not commit this mistake again. So he tolerated that. So within the tolerance, there is a lot of happiness. Why? See, always remember, accepting the truth will always gives us happiness. And when we become tolerant, it is like accepting the truth of our karmic reactions. And accepting the truth of that, yes, I committed mistake, now let me not do that mistake again. That's the truth. So, accepting the truth will always make us happy, happier, happiest. Happy. And whoever are helping us to in this such kind of tolerance, we should be very grateful to such people. Very, very grateful to such people. There are many, many examples of how devotees tolerated reverses. And our contemporary examples, some of the devotees, they caught acute, severe, chronic diseases, but they accepted that as favor from Krishna. My dear Lord, I understood how this material world works. And this material world will always give troubles. I understood that. Now please accept me as your servant. I wanted to service to you even after death. Please accept me. So these are some prayers of devotees. And sometimes the reaction will be to avoid certain immediate discomfort or immediate defeat. So we should not avoid like that. If we concentrate on immediate comfort and immediately, even something doing bad, we have to, let me react in a karmic way, then the, the complexity of the problem will be tightened more and more and more. Will be tightened. Like for example, during Kurukshetra war, all Kauravas understood that Abhimanyu was creating havoc in the Kurukshetra war and killing hundreds and thousands of Kaurava soldiers. And Kauravas were unable to check him. But you know what happened? They ganged up, 6 or 7, maybe 6 Kauravas, generals, they ganged up and killed Abhimanyu, not understanding the consequences of it. Very severe. That is adharma. That is adharma. Even in fighting, there should be almost compatibility. There should not be difference too much in strength. There should not be too much difference. Then the strong person should say that I don't want to fight with you because you're not match. That's the dharma. So even fighting, such indications, such dharmic rules are there. But Drona took that stance, took by ganging up and killing. Drona only actually gave that suggestion. So Drona, Duryodhana, Karna, Krupa, Aswadhama and Krutavarma, they all ganged up. And then one of the son of maybe some Kaurava's son killed Abhimanyu. Then how they reacted? They reacted something with the imminent threat. Then they reacted in an adharmic way. And consequence was very severe. Everyone died from Kaurava's side. So similarly, we may face in our daily life something which may be uncomfortable for us. Whatever bad things or certain things we are facing, but we should not be carried away by that. Rather, we should respond towards Lord Krishna. What is that Lord Krishna wanted me to do in this situation? To become more servant of him. If he wants me to tolerate, okay, let me tolerate. If he wants me to retaliate, let me retaliate. And he told Arjuna, you must retaliate, Arjuna. And like Ambarish, he tolerated. Ambarish also was king. And he was offended by Durvasa Muni. What was the offense? How? Durvasa Muni created a demon and, charged the demon upon Ambarish Maharaj. But Ambarish accepted that immediately. Ambarish did not even step back. It said that he did not even close his eyelids. Seeing Ambarish devotion much long ago, Krishna thought like this. See, my devotee became so devoted to me, and it is sure that some people will try to harm him. So let me protect him. So he gave Sudarshan Chakra as a gift to Ambarish. And Sudarshan Chakra is the ultimate weapon. Any weapon it can neutralize just like that. And Ambarish did not use the weapon even single time. He did not use. Even when Durvasa charged the demon, still Ambarish did not invoke the Sudarshan Chakra. Sudarshan Chakra came on his own to protect Ambarish. So Ambarish tolerated the insult committed by Durvasa. Now, this is a bit tricky part. It's not that we have to suffer by tolerating. This is another side of wrong way of applying. Tolerance doesn't mean that Krishna is asking you tolerate and suffer. No, Krishna is not saying that. Krishna is not saying that. Tolerance is a happy quality, and we have to tolerate by understanding the truths of the incidents. And one truth of incidents is, yes, like previously we discussed, right? Accepting the truth, like accepting our part of the mistake in the problem, like that. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Any questions? Or comments? Okay. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.